go. Alrighty. We'll let everybody get in and give a few minutes to let everybody get in here. Welcome to the visibility webinar, is your MSP secret weapon. We're going to be talking a little bit about how visibility is your secret weapon today. I got a special guest, Mr. John DePero, on with me as well. But we will give it about another 30 seconds here and get started. John, how are you doing today? I see you got a nice little haircut.
I did. I got them all cut. Got every single one of them cut. My wife says I look good, so there's that.
Okay, as long as your wife says it. I'm not going to say it to you. All right, guys. Well, let's get started here. Again, welcome to Visibility MSP webinar. Today, we're going to be talking about how we're your secret MSP weapon here. My name is Will Nobles. I am the CEO of Visibility. A lot of you guys probably know me from me being an MSP owner as well, just like yourself. I started Vector Choice in 2008. And as well as partnered with Robin at TMT, where I am a client coach, the vice president of client coaches at TMT, where I help MSPs grow their business. And we really saw a need to help MSPs that didn't understand the compliance and cybersecurity realm, and wanted to implement visibility to do that. So I've been in IT. I'm showing my age, 27 years now. Ooh, I'm getting old, John. 27 years, and I've had the company, I guess, 15 years now, my MSP for 15 years. So I definitely understand what you guys go through, how you guys have the headache of dealing with the day-to-day client needs and the requirements, the everyday changing requirements of technology and cybersecurity. Also, I got John DePero, my Chief Compliance Officer. He's a member of the Bar Association, special agent for the U.S. Army Counterintelligence, retired. So he is super old. John's got two decades in cybersecurity and risk management. He's done stuff with NATO, NSA. He is the man to talk to when it comes to compliance. John, thank you so much for being on today.
Pleasure to be here.
Okay, so guys, today we really just want to educate you on what visibility does, so we can help you help your customers and help you go to your customers and talk about the things that we do that we can help you with. But obviously, you're not telling your customer that. But one of the things I want to share with you, if you guys want to download my new book, Compliance Formula, I wrote this with a few other CEOs of IT companies, and you can download that there. So what does visibility do? So I look at it as finally a way to avoid losing your clients and profit to cybersecurity and compliance opportunities to the mega MSPs, right? You've got a lot of these MSPs rolling up, becoming mega MSPs. I know Robin has been interviewing recently the $100 million to $300 million size MSPs, the titans of the industry, and those are the ones that are coming into all of our backyards and competing against us. And they have the level of expertise in-house, where if you're a smaller MSP, you don't have the level of expertise. You might be very good at IT, and hell, you might know cybersecurity a little bit as well, but do you truly know cybersecurity? Are you truly a hacker that can prevent cybersecurity attacks? And then compliance is a whole nother beast. I've learned so much of just running visibility and vector choice and working with John about compliance myself. But that's what John's here from a compliance standpoint. John, what are you seeing that MSPs are happening to them? Because we get calls all the time. Can you help me? I saw an email that you sent about CMMC yesterday. But what are you seeing with MSPs and struggling with keeping their clients?
The biggest thing is that so many MSPs are created by guys like you, career tech guys, and they create an engineering IT company to solve engineering IT problems for their customers. But their customers aren't looking for engineering IT solutions. They're looking for business solutions. And whether it's PCI, the ability to take credit cards, whether it's be able to get insurance or pursue that DoD contract, a lot of MSPs are not understanding what the business function their clients are trying to achieve, and how IT is either enabling it or inhibiting it as a business function, right? Not as an IT, not as an engineering challenge for you, but as a business function. And that's really what compliance does, is somebody is telling your client how they define success, and they want to see proof of it, right? And it's a big shift. It's a big pivot for a lot of MSPs to start looking at it from a business function point of view, as opposed to an engineering problem solving point of view.
Yeah, John, one of the things that at TMT, what we're doing is we're having our members go through a theme. And that theme is just simply as going to your client saying, one, do you have cybersecurity insurance? Yes, no, right? No, then let's talk about reasons why you should have it, right? If yes, ask for their application, ask for their policy and introduction to their insurance agent, right? We're even having members that are part of TMT struggling just to do something that simple where they can make a ton of money, because and it's giving the advantage to the education to the customer as well, because if they mark, hey, I've got MFA, and the IT guy, IT guy, right, says, no, you don't. So we're not telling anybody. And John, I think, we talk about, insurance compliance. We won't go down the compliance, route today, but just the simple how we're seeing people struggling asking simple questions, is mind-boggling. I was talking to Robin yesterday, and it's just mind-boggling how people are scared of compliance so much they're scared to ask. And I think that's why we want to be here to help you be comfortable asking. So that's why we call it the white glove approach, right? Is that if you need us on a call, let us know. We will jump on the call with the client as you. We'll sign an NDA. That's why we want a white glove. We don't want to be just a normal vendor to you as well.
Well, I've done role playing where I pretend I am the client, and I hit them with the common objections that we hear.
Yep.
I've done reverse role play where hey, well, your client, you've known that guy for 10 years. Pretend you're him. I'm going to be you. Like, so we can role play from either point of view. We've rehearsed, like you just mentioned. I've been on calls with people. And we're very flexible. You might not want them to know we're a separate company. That's fine. We can manage that messaging. But I also have clients who say, look, I'm a one-man shop. My client knows I'm a one-man shop. I can't magically have 8 new engineers showing up, right? So they're okay to message that. The point is that you as a client control the messaging, and we support whatever message, and we're going to be consistent with that message, right? From taking off the visibility t-shirt for the call to to not logging into the Zoom call from my visibility. I was a counterintelligence agent. I kind of get the concept of managed attribution, right? Yep. So we will be who we need to be to enable your success. Whether it's I've gone on calls with clients where I give them all the processing questions they need to come back with, all the qualifying, maybe is a better way to say that, the qualifying questions. I give them the logical follow-ups. I hate to say CMMC because it's very complicated, and we get 9,000 what if follow-ups, but for CMMC, I give just this week I gave my client the detailed follow-up questions with all the right acronyms, with all the right, if they say yes to this, then ask them that. If they say no, then ask them this. So they have it all mapped out in front of them. So when they get on their client-facing call, they're really prepared for that discussion, and they get the confidence from their client. Nobody wants to hear from a vendor that they've never heard of the problem that the business is trying to solve, right?
Yep. And that's why you don't want to say, because John, I had someone come up to me and say, Will, what is the CMMC stuff? And I'm like, ooh, you're in IT and don't even know the acronym. And so, that's okay. It's completely okay. If you don't know, ask us. I mean, that's what we're here for. We're here to be a part of your team. And so you can just ask us anything. And when I talk about our executive team, myself, John's here. A lot of you guys know Mike Bazar and Jeff Farr. Sarah is actually the one that keeps us all straight. And then Bo Dickey's our chief security officer. We have a kick-ass team here at Visibility to help you in all aspects of your business. and help you in any way we can. So again, what is it? We help MSPs compete against the mega MSPs when it comes to security, compliance as a service without the cost and overhead and experience. Believe me, you guys don't want to pay for John DePero full time. You don't want to pay for a Bo Dickey or Mike Bazaar or Jeff Farr full time. So we bring that expertise to you and help you, again, like John said, any way, whatever white label process or a third party process, whatever way you want to bring us in, we respect that in any capacity that you need. You could get coaching. A lot of people ask me and John and Jeff, hey, will you come to my office and talk to my team? Yes, we can do coaching for you guys as well. And it could be a high level coaching. It could be very granular if you want. If you want certain something specific, let us know. We can definitely help you with things. We want you to level up on your services to help the whole community of IT providers out there, and so you don't get left behind. So what are the things that we do? Now, the top 4 things is our focus, right? We can white label the compliance as a service. So we go in as your team, from anywhere from insurance to PCI to HIPAA to CMMC, SOC 2, whatever you need us to do, we can come in and you can white label us as, or you can use us as a third party compliance auditor. And we're going to be a lot nicer to you than someone that doesn't know you. Now, we're not going to lie on anything, but we're going to say, hey, John, I need you to change this real fast, right? We're going to, tell you, we're not going to throw you under the bus to your client. We're going to make sure that we work with you, but at the same time, being very honest about it as well.
Yeah, if I could just piggyback, because it's a very good point. I want to make sure that we're fully talking about that. Will mentions I'm a retired Army counterintelligence agent. I work at NSA, but I'm retired, and I work for MSPs now, right? So if we're supporting an MSP and they bring us in to help them with an FTC safeguards project for their client, one of the standards in there is all data at rest has to be encrypted. If I come in and find out you're missing encryption on machines, that answer goes to you, the MSP, not your end client. You control the messaging, right? So what that might look like is an opportunity for you to review your existing contract. Maybe your guys just made a mistake. We're humans. MSP life is not error-free. You have that opportunity now to go fix that improperly deployed encryption. Then we can rerun those scans so they come back. It's not about lying. It's not lying. We're telling you, when I ran the scan, I found 2 devices that weren't encrypted. You fixed them. We rerun the scan. Now you're at 100%. Or maybe your client doesn't pay you for managed encryption. Maybe then it's okay for you to go to your client and say, hey, look, this is why you're not meeting that FTC standard, right? But it's very important that you're hiring us to help you help your client. All the information comes from us to you so you can message it before it gets to your client. That's fundamentally different than a lot of these tools and portals that just run scans and email a report off to everybody, right?
No, good. Yeah, absolutely. And good statement there, John, as well. The security as a service, and we get a lot of questions. We have 2 flavors of security as a service. We have a basic and we have more advanced flavors. I'm not going to get into the details of that. If you guys are interested in that, we'll get into that later on. But the security as a service is, you might have your traditional RMM, antivirus, PSA, and you just need help on the back end, and really not just throw a tool out there, but optimize that tool properly, monitor it properly, and have a team in the back end to actually do that for you. That is what we're doing for you on your behalf for your clients. And then the last thing here, level 1, level 2, outsourced tech support. Yes, guys, we can do this for you. If you say, hey, you know what, I'm tired of taking these calls. I'm a 1-man shop, 2-man shop, 3-man shop, and I want us to focus on the on-site stuff and projects, but I want you guys to take the initial level support calls. We can do that for you guys as well. I mentioned the coaching earlier. We also have the sync between the PSA ConnectWise and Keep. So this does not work with Keep Lite. It works for a full-blown Keep to ConnectWise. And I actually developed this for my MSP, and I said, what the heck, I might as well sell it as well. It's $149 a month, and it syncs that data together. So if you're a team member and you're using Keep and ConnectWise, that's great. We finally officially we are able to roll out auto task as of January 1st, 2024. Sorry, I'm a year behind. January 1st, 2024. So we will be able to do auto task at that time as well for you. That will be syncing that data. And then one of the biggest things that I knew I had and I wanted to put in here is I knew I had a problem with is billing. When I brought my first accounting person on, I was behind, I think, 4 months in billing because I had a paranoid for billing. I don't mind spending money. You can ask my wife and my accounting department, but I do not like billing. And so we actually have a great process and a great team that will help you with your billing automation from that side as well. So your secret weapon, becoming an MSP superior, Visibility is not just a third-party vendor, by no means. We want to be part of your team. We want to be part of your family, a part of it. So we don't want to be a typical vendor where you hear from us, when we want to sell you something, or you hear from us when we're trying to collect something. We want to be part of your team, that we're having a conversation with you guys on a daily, weekly basis, talking about your clients' needs, your needs, and everything. So a totally different approach. Again, we do not do contracts. I know other vendors do, so you can buy a lot of our tools. So we are not developed, besides Visibility Sync, we don't develop any other tools. Okay, we're using other tools with the negotiation power of how large my MSP is. We're to get tools cheaper, okay, from all different types of vendors, and we're sharing that back with you. So you don't have to sign a contract with, we won't name any names, but you don't have to sign a contract with anybody. And you still get the same tools that you would if that's from documentation, if that's from RMM, if that's from a SOC or SIEM systems, if that's from billing systems. So we have the ability to provide services to you guys without locking you into a contract for that. Or GRC, our GRC product that we use for the compliance piece. We can give that to you as you need and not lock you in any contracts. We tailor it to your business. We know every MSP is different. We do have some edges that we will do things, but we try to tailor everything to what you need and your customer needs. So we tailor that to your business as well. I don't know if this is a true, different, but we do 24/7, 365 monitoring on all the devices, especially from our SecOps team, if we're doing that for you guys as well.
Let me inject a point on that, though. What does make a difference?
Yeah.
There's a million MSSPs in the world, right? There's a million managed security service providers. Some will partner with MSPs. Some just live off on an island. Some are competitors and they use security to actually displace you, right? When we say security as a service, there's a reason we don't say MSSP, or security as a service. We're not just going to give you access to a bunch of tools. They're pre-configured tools that we know how to deploy, dial in, go through that first month, 2, 3 of figuring out the white noise, what should be whitelisted, what shouldn't. You're getting a true service behind this. Most security companies give you access to a scan or a result, and they just tell you, here's all the things that are broke. Good luck. Have a nice day. We're that partner in selling the remediation as MRR for you to grow your business. Those are different goals, right? Just to give you a list of everything wrong is interesting, and there's some value to that. Our goal is to fully enable you to sell MRR to resolve it. That's a different end state that we're driving you towards, right? And that's why we talk about it as security as a service, to just, we can get you some scans cheaper than you can get on your own, if that makes sense.
No, good point there, John. Yeah, because like John said, there's so many different companies out there, but are they going to work with you and dial the products in that they're selling to you, right? And that's what we've perfected in doing that. And then we're looking for a partnership. Like other vendors, we don't just onboard you. We're a partner. Hey, we're on partner. We will go with you and think about this. What other vendor will go with you and help you sell your services, right? We're going to help you sell those services. We're going to give you our expertise and our staff and help you go and sell those to your clients. Help you overcome the objections. And then you're going to say, hey, you know what? You guys taught me. I can go sell it now. And you guys have a line item we send to you and bill you for. So, but we're there to help you along the way, because I know compliance is scary. I know compliance is outside the realm of the traditional IT and stuff. So, John, what do you think are other things of benefits that we help our partners?
One big thing is, as we understand as IT professionals, every day you wake up, this whole industry's changed somehow. There's some change always, right? By utilizing the visibility team to keep track of the changes in security and compliance and some of the service delivery stuff, it allows you to focus on working on your business, not in it. Your job is to go land those new clients, land those new opportunities. It's our job to help you. We even help with some of the collateral and sales enablement stuff, right? If you're going to go pursue CPAs up to 50 employees in this region, we'll help you with what's the marketing collateral, what's your message, what objections are you going to be prepared to overcome. We're truly here to enable you to go sell. It's a through sell model. If you sell, we win. So why wouldn't we enable you to go land that deal and make that sale? And then we want to take over as much as makes sense in the service delivery, so you can go find the next CPA on your list, right? This is all about enabling small MSP owners who don't have a 70 or 80 person staff like Will does, right? To get the benefits of a big staff, to allow them to truly be business owners and grow their business. And that's something I don't see other sellers of tools doing, right? The analogy I give all the time is you need that alternator changed. You can go to in the Army, we used to have access to these bays that had lifts and every tool you could ever need. And you would rent the bay and you get access to all the tools. But at the end of the day, if you don't know how to change an alternator, you got to figure it out. And that takes time. What visibility says is just tow your car over to our place, come back in 3 days, you'll have a new alternator, right? Don't worry about what wrench is what. Let us worry about it. We're going to inform you, we're going to educate you, but let us handle understanding the right torque to let us handle it. You just toast the car when it's dead.
No. Yeah, we had a company this morning, MSP called us and said, hey, I've got an opportunity that's 250 users opportunity, and I need you guys' help. Small MSP, and they entrust us to come to call us. So we're going to be having a conversation, if not this afternoon or later on this week, with a client, talking to them about all aspects, right? I mean, they have to be compliant with the state, and there's other different things there as well. So we're able to bring not just myself, but John or Bo or Mike, the expertise of different areas to the table as part of your bigger team there as well. So those are things. And John, will you tell a story about how we the MSP in Washington State, the situation that happened there and what we found out?
Oh yeah. So there's a TMT member, one man MSP, and he's had a client, this one particular client for, I don't know, 10, 15 years. Like they know each other's kids' name. They've been to each other's kids' soccer games. Like they go back. They know each other. We helped him do a little research on his client's business and their functions and found a whole manual from the state of Washington that dictates what they have to do for information security, because his client is a state contractor of the state of Washington, right? It's a massive book of cybersecurity requirements they have to be doing by law in Washington as a contractor. And no one was doing any of it, right? They literally were at risk of losing their business. His client makes money from the state and was not even close to compliant with the terms and conditions of the contract they had, right? Well, who at a one-man MSP is going to take the time to read through a couple hundred pages, pull out the important part, figure that out? It's just not a function of one-man MSP can do. So that client went from, we like you, we've been with you 15 years, we're all good friends, but our IT spend is going to be what it is. It's IT spend. Because when you're an IT guy, Will, trying to solve IT problems with IT solutions, you'll always hit the IT budget.
Yep.
Right. If we elevate the discussion and say, what's the business goal you're trying to achieve? Well, I'm trying to sell lots of services to the state of Washington. Okay, cool. What does it take to do that? Well, one of those things happened to be an entire information security program that needed done, right? So now this is not about IT. This is about pursuing contracts to be technically eligible. We had another client that I just saw an update to the ticket today. They have a customer that is a massive international corporation that everyone on this call has purchased from and consumed their edible products. Huge gazillion-dollar company. Well, vendor due diligence is a big thing in enterprise. If you're going to be a vendor to us, you're going to have to fill out this packet. And a lot of it's financial and ownership, and a lot of it's finance driven. But there's a 5-page supplement on cybersecurity. And their client wants to know, do we do any of that stuff? Well, the answer is most of it was no. It was very advanced stuff. This is not us now trying to sell them advanced cybersecurity. This is their client saying, if you want to keep dealing with us, you have to do these things, right? As an MSP sales guy, wouldn't we all rather be in a position of your client saying, hey, I need a price for all this stuff, keep my customer happy, as opposed to trying to ram MFA down their throat at a TBR, right? Because we're elevating it out of an IT discussion to a business goal, business function, right? And we'll teach you how to do that, whether it's insurance. How many people are selling to HIPAA covered entities like doctors, right? And that their clients say, I don't care about HIPAA, I don't care. Oh, I don't have to worry about it. I use electronic health. My stuff's in the cloud, I don't have to worry about it, right? We hear these things all the time, guys. Well, Will, what industry is Vector Choice's number one client?
Healthcare.
How much well, we don't have to say that. Compared to what most MSPs consider a large client, what portion of that is compliance work we do for them? It's huge. I mean, guys, you'd be surprised. Maybe in person at an event, Will and I will tell you off record what they pay us for that, right?
Yeah, I mean,
but it's not an IT issue. It's not really part of the IT spend. It's the business function spend, right?
Yep. Yeah, John, I agree with you. And I was in the same boat for everyone on here. Is when I went and sold IT. Well, you need MFA, and it's because it will make you secure. But you take that business strategy, business spin to it, and I hate to say it, but it's blame it on someone else besides IT, right? Blame it on your state, blame it on federal, pieces of it. And it's not. And I think John said this a million times. It's not about the big bad brother going to come audit you and fine you, right? That's the last of your worries there. And so if you guys want to know more, we're going to be at I actually am doing a session on how to sell compliance to your customers, package price, everything, and how to sell it at the TMT Sales Roadshow. So if you guys are coming to the roadshow, there's Chicago, Newark, and Vegas. And by the way, that's wrong. Vegas is sold out. Chicago is not. But Chicago's next week. Vegas is sold out for TMT, so it is a wait list to get into Vegas. But Chicago and Newark is still open there, and we're also going to be at the Kaseya DattoCon. So
sold out.
DattoCon
is sold out this week.
Okay, just sold out. Okay, all right. So if you guys are planning already being there, come see us at the booth. We'll be there, answer any questions that you have, and discuss whatever needs that you have with you. If you have something immediate that you really want to book and say, hey, I need to get on your calendar now, there's a scan this QR code. You can book a consult with us, and we can talk to you about it if it's a hot need. Guys, we are here for you just as much as I've coached a lot of you guys. You know how open and willing I am to help. John and the team is the same way. We want to help see you be successful and not get eaten up by the mega MSPs. And so we would love to be a part of your team and help you grow your business in any way we can. Again, our phone number, email address is there, website, and then you can either go to the website and book a consult, or you can book a consult right here. Any questions? Any final thoughts, John, that you have?
Nope. If you can't get to one of those shows because they're sold out or just because travel things, reach out to us. We'll give you the same spiel that we would have if you came desk side.
Yep. And guys, this webinar is just more of an informative webinar about us and everything. So I thank you for staying on and hearing us. All of the other webinars that we're going to be doing is more specific about topics that's going to help you go into your customer and sell to your customer, security, compliance, and different services. So, but we just wanted to inform you guys of everything that we can do for you and how we can help. I appreciate you so much for being on today. Look forward to hearing from you and seeing you in the future. Thank you so much.